Hey, Tammy.
Hey, good to see you, Lisa.
Good to see you. Hey, Gwen.
Hey, Gwen, good to see you too.
Yes, absolutely.
How have you been doing?
Doing good. Doing good. I got to show you. I did post this on Instagram, but I'm trying to get as
Oh,
far
yeah,
as
I
I
don't have
can
Instagram, so let me
for
see.
my hey
Hi,
Karen, good to
Karen.
see you. So, I posted this on my Instagram. The reason why I say that is cuz I know that only one person from my fiber group
Uh-huh.
really is on there and she won't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I finished those socks
Mm-hmm.
and I'm onto a new pair. And
Mm-hmm.
it's thicker yarn and they're going faster.
Oh, how fun.
And
That's a
the
good feeling when you do it the second time and it goes smoother and faster. It's a good
well,
feeling.
because of knowledge, but
Hey,
also
Rebecca.
because hey Rebecca Suburban Hillbilly, but also because of thicker yarn,
Okay,
not sock yarn. So I'm
gotcha.
making a heavy pair of socks. Anyway, I share this with you because my fiber group, they've all
Uh-huh.
made socks, but not two at a time, except for one of them.
Uh-huh.
So they've all been inspired to do two at a time socks because I took it
Mhm.
on,
Yeah.
which is exciting for me because I don't inspire them to do much.
Uh-huh.
Well, lo and behold, I'm trying to get this done because our
You
group is
do,
now.
though, Lisa. I just want to stop you right there because whenever somebody, like if I'm showing somebody else how to do something, right? Whether it's work, like work related or any of our projects and, homesteading skill kind of stuff, people that are learning ask the best questions. And it makes you, as the teacher, get even more experience, gain experience from these
Yeah.
questions that people are asking. So you do. Just want to say. Now go ahead.
Well, what I'm yes, you're absolutely right. I guess I just say it because they are super, super talented, okay?
Yeah, yeah,
But they've been doing it for years.
yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, the group has now moved to the summer schedule where instead of every week, we're doing first and third.
Uh-huh.
So I have this week until the following Wednesday to make some serious progress to blow their minds.
Uh-huh. Aw.
One day and a little bit of time, and I already have the toes done.
Oh, that is awesome. And they're
So
beautiful.
they're
That's amazing.
smooth sailing now down to the heel. So I'm hoping
Uh-huh.
to get down to the heel.
Uh-huh.
But that was the yarn I showed you guys.
Yes, I love that yarn.
There you go.
Beautiful.
But I am like so stoked
Mm-hmm. Yep.
because they're going to warm my feet in the winter.
Yes. Yes, they are. That's
Oh, thank
awesome.
you, Rebecca. I try to be. I think it's important. Hey, Karen,
Yeah,
thank
you
you.
are. Mhm.
Gwen, oh no. She can't get the fourth one off.
First three-word breeze. Oh no.
Veneer is brutal.
Is it? I've never done that stuff.
No, not being competitive, Rebecca. I just want to, I want to make them proud of me, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I
I
know they
get it.
are, but
I get it because I got my armholes done and I wanted to make sure that I made some progress on this before we met today. So
hey,
it's using you do what I do, Lisa, which is we take opportunities and kind of create little goals for ourselves
yeah,
to and that meeting with that group for you, it helps you to it makes it more fun,
it's a
right?
kick in the pants.
It is. It's a kick in the pants. Yep. So I got my armholes done
Yay!
on both of them. So I'll be starting the skirt. I had hoped to start the skirt, but we had a tree fall down.
Yeah,
I need to actually upload the I did like a short of it, and then I'm kind of not always good about uploading videos and whatnot. But this tree is ginormous, and I don't know if you can really, it's completely upside down.
it's
So
huge.
it was huge. It was like, yeah, I don't know, a huge oak tree, 50 feet. How tall do they get? It was
I'm
as
I'm
old.
glad it I'm glad it came down and didn't damage anything.
Yeah. So we are doing cleanup from this, and it completely took up a lot of my weekend. And very thankful that, the storm knocked this tree down in the middle of our yard and not one of the trees up on our homes. Thank you, Lord, for that. Throwing us a bone.
Absolutely. Because it can sit there and wait till you get to it.
Yeah, yep. And
Um,
but it did take up a lot of time. So, I didn't get the skirts done yet. But that's my goal for this week.
you did good getting the armholes done because they were hand sewn.
Yeah, that they had to be, slip stitched. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm videoing everything. So thank you guys for that, because that's a kick in the pants too.
And I think that's why I was when I sent you the email last night,
Uh-huh.
it was all about like what are we going to talk about? And I was sitting there and I was like, sometimes you just need a kick in the
Oh, you
pants.
should
And
have
I
just
really
texted.
wanted to say that.
Yeah, you should have just texted me. I didn't even notice that. Yes. Yeah. Well, that's
Yep.
right. Firewood. And you know what else, Gwen? We now have, I want to plant more fruit trees. And we have so much of the yard shaded. It's like, where do we put them? Well, now we have a sunny spot. So I told
Are
my
you going to
husband,
get any
oh,
trees?
where to put the fruit trees? I'm going to put the fruit trees right there. I'm like, can we just take this whole thing down now? Like,
Yeah.
turn it into a totem pole. It's out there by the fire pit or close to it. But
If you
anyway,
don't mind me saying so, it was funny you had texted me and you were like, I thought of you with all those trees.
I did, Lisa. Oh my gosh, I was like, oh my gosh, all the trees they removed. And here we are, there's the leaves too, but you've got pine needles with the
Oh,
with the ponderosas. And oh my
oh.
goodness, I did. And loading up because, cutting down, and then we have to load it onto the trailer, right? Yeah, you were totally going through my mind the whole time. Like, man, this is a lot of work.
Well, now you know why we had all those piles everywhere because I was
Mhm.
literally kicking and rolling it because I had somebody pick it up.
Yeah. Hmm.
So when he picked it up, I was like, whew, that looks like a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. But you have to, there's so many leaves on these oaks right now,
Yeah.
and we got to watch for snakes. So
Oh,
how we've been doing it is my husband, gets the chainsaw. He cuts what he can cut. Oh my gosh, that mini Saker chainsaw, that is a lifesaver.
that's
That
the
thing
bomb.
has been so nice because I could even help, right, with some of the smaller ones because I don't want to handle the big chainsaw. It's heavy. I'm clumsy anyways. I just don't want to do it. But the little chainsaw is super helpful. So we cut down what we could, and then we'd have to come and like gather the leaves and put those in piles and put the smaller wood in piles. We're thinking about maybe renting like a wood chipper because having a bunch of wood chips would be a wonderful thing too, or maybe even buying one because it'd be great for the garden.
Look on Marketplace, you'll find one
Okay.
because I tell you, it's amazing and it'll be good to have because you have a good uh, variety or
Yeah.
breed or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say
Yeah.
of tree.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That was a big thing in North Carolina, Rebecca, where people would cut the top of the tree and just leave the stumps. I
Mhm.
don't know why. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really tall stump. I mean that it's like the top third of the tree just turned right upside down like a big old Q-tip.
Yeah, you see what Gwen said?
Chip the branches with leaves too. They make great garden soil. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what we're thinking. Gave some of
Good
it to
stuff.
goats.
If you add a raised bed too, if you decide to add a raised bed, like
Uh-huh.
save some branches,
Mm-hmm.
save some wood chips, some leaves, put all that in the bottom before you add anything. You should be good about I usually do about a foot and a half, 2 feet.
Okay. Good to know.
Depends on how, high it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Because soil is expensive. I mean,
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
No
I
kidding.
love the title of today's live, Lisa.
Like I said, I was gonna do kick in the pants, but I
Mm-hmm.
thought push was a little nicer. Well, it's
But you
it's reality.
absolutely
Sometimes you
do.
need a push.
You do. You do.
You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just a
I'm
little push.
I just looked. I'm looking for the color. It doesn't say it. Oh, oh, that's not it. I found a tag that I was looking for,
Uh-huh.
but I realized the wrong yarn is attached. I was trying to figure out what these were. I know they're a wool blend.
Uh-huh. Oh, those are going to be so nice.
I think if
Will
you
kick
kick
the
the
drawer.
drawer, it'll make you feel better.
I would encourage you to kick the drawer. Maybe
Yeah.
it would help.
Yeah, I would definitely kick the drawer.
And then if you can't get the stuff off that you're trying to get off, I don't know. Change of plans. Can you like texturize it, make it like one differently designed drawer or something?
You know what I was thinking, and I don't know anything about this, and so
Me
Gwen,
neither.
just take it with
Mod
a grain of
Podge
salt.
wallpaper.
But
I don't know anything, but
could you can you see the seam where the veneer is on the top of that drawer or bottom of the drawer, and can you pour some kind of solution
like up
to
under it.
loosen it, or will that ruin the wood? I don't
Good
know.
idea. I've never tried to like refurnish anything. That would be fun though.
I've done it like I've painted stuff, but I've not. Yeah, I've primed and painted,
Mm-hmm.
or I've had somebody strip it and then stained it. I'm just not a furniture.
Yeah. Where's
Put
that
wood on the
wood?
bottom where they are and put baskets in there.
Oh, now that would be cute. That would be
Yeah.
really cute. That fourth one, yeah. I mean, I don't know
Uh-huh.
if they're all the same size, but you could totally do that. That would be adorable, as a
Or
matter of
you
fact.
could paint two drawer. If it's four drawers, you can
If
paint two drawers and stain the other two or something like
Yeah,
that.
and because you could put them in whatever little hole, if they're all the same size, you could put them in whatever hole, and yeah, have it work however you want it to.
Listen to you go.
Yeah, how fun. Hey,
Hey
Heather.
Heather. Hey Heather.
Heather does refurnishing stuff. Heather, Gwen is having a challenge with getting veneer off of a drawer. It's for the building collaboration, the building skills collaboration, and she's having a challenge with that. That's what we're talking
Oh, they aren't all the same size. The two bottom are the
about.
biggest. Makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, it
That's how it
does.
usually goes, but it's like concrete
Mm-hmm.
put on in two pieces. Can you sand it down?
Mm.
Yeah, you know
Years
more
and
than
years
I
redoing
do.
furniture. Wow.
Heather, she's using I think a wet towel and an iron.
Mm-hmm.
She's like she said, she's been doing this for years, but this is bad stuff. Usually the veneer comes off.
Mm-hmm. Rebecca, that is a good business, repurposing free and thrift store furniture. Yeah. Because
Yeah,
it can
it
turn
is.
out so cute and unique.
And I agree, sanding it off is going to be bad. I wonder if you could sand the sides of it and maybe start to get it off. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I don't
Mm-hmm.
do it. My
Yeah.
dad used to do it for me.
Mm-hmm. Gosh. Yeah. I don't have any other suggestions.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
all
out.
out.
I'm all out. Modify
I'm
the
out.
plan. That's what I'm thinking. Unless you really have it in your mind how you want it to look, I would say modify the plan. Oh,
Ooh,
a
a
heat
heat gun might
gun.
work. Heat gun. Oh, I love
Oh,
heat
I
guns.
have one of
So,
those. If
they're
you were a
so fun
neighbor, I'd loan
removing
it to
paint.
you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll
Tell
bet.
Gary, get the heat gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll bet that would do it.
I'm having some iced coffee.
Oh,
Half
yeah.
now. And guess what
Yeah.
else? I
What?
don't put sugar in my coffee, but a little touch of lilac simple syrup.
Oh, nice. I'll bet that is so good.
It's bougie.
Oh, my goodness. You've got me really curious.
It's very fragrant.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a fragrant experience than a
Yeah.
taste. but it
Uh-huh.
tastes very fresh and light, simple,
Yeah.
sugar, like it's a simple syrup.
Yeah.
Super
Yeah.
good.
I am not drinking any artificial sweeteners today. That's my thing for the day. I think they might be messing up my gut microbiome.
I don't think any of them are good, in my
No,
opinion,
no. I
even
mean,
though they,
even like, and I'm talking Zevia, monk fruit
yeah.
sweetener, because I don't do the bad stuff. But I
I do
think,
sugar, and I'll tell you why.
hmm
I don't do a lot of it.
hmm
I don't add sugar. I add honey to tea.
uh-huh,
Usually, I don't take sugar in my coffee.
hmm
So when I use sugar, I'm not, it's not a lot. I usually use honey or a little bit of sugar.
hmm hmm they say it is better.
And I stopped using it, like the diet soda stuff and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't do any of that either. That's the bad stuff.
Yeah.
But I do like the stevia and the monk fruit sweetener, but I think I bought some Zevia soda and I've been drinking too much Zevia soda. And I
What
think that
kind?
it's Zevia. It's called Zevia.
Oh,
Zevia. And it has stevia in it,
huh.
which is supposed to be a good one. But I mean, they make it. It's not like it's fresh off the plant. They're, processing
Yeah.
it in some fashion. But I think that it's messing up my gut microbiome.
Yeah.
I'll start to get the borborygmes, where your stomach starts growling and making all this noise and stuff.
Yep.
I can have stomach issues. And I think that it's from that. And I haven't been losing any weight and I've been really watching what I'm eating. And so I'm thinking, now mind you, sometimes when I'm watching what I'm eating, I'm like, this is a home cooked meal. This is good. It could be questionable. It could be like, pasta, like in a total Italian dish with meatballs. It's eating healthy. I'm good. I had a salad with it. But I'm thinking that I'm suspecting, we'll put it that way, that the artificial sweeteners are messing up my gut microbiome and that maybe I'm not losing weight because of them. So I'm going to try to not have any of those today. But I think I'm on day 13. I think. Yeah.
Great
And
job.
the two things I've been doing well is exercising every day and drinking water.
You go, girl.
This has really helped. And I have not, I did take last night. I took last night off from exercising because somebody told me you need to have a day that you're resting, especially since I've been working on the trees and still exercising.
Yeah.
And mind you, I haven't been helping a whole lot with the trees, to be honest. I'm not going to say I'm out there every day because I'm not. But yesterday I definitely was not. And
Wow.
I took the day off.
Um, you you sound really lucky not to be out there every day.
I know.
I'm
Well, I'll
jealous.
tell you what it is. He gets up early morning. He's going out there and killing himself. And by the time I get off of work, and I
Yeah.
can't do it before work because I have to go on camera for work,
Yeah.
be looking all super scroungy. But you know what it's like, Lisa. I'm talking
Just
head,
wipe your face with a
toe,
baby wipe and you're good to go.
put it in a ponytail, pretend you just got out of the shower or something.
That's what I
Because
did.
head to toe. Yes. So he goes out there, and then by the time I get off of work, he's done for the day. So that's why I've been getting off easy without having to do
Oh,
diet by
no, I
Blake.
don't know anything about that.
No, but I did hear about it. I'm an O. Like I'm whatever my blood type is. It's like the most common one out there.
I'm A positive.
Oh, are you? Oh, you're one of the rarer ones, huh?
I'm rare.
I think so. I just know that I'm like the most because I donated blood once or plasma or some kind of something. And they were going to tell me my blood type and she said you're O and I know that's what she said. I don't remember, but I remember saying, "Is that a rare one? Like am I special?" And she's like, "No, this is the most common one out there." It's like, oh, "Of course it is." That's the only reason I remember my blood type. I am
That's
not
funny.
special, but you might be, Lisa. Type A negative might be.
I found out when I was pregnant
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, if I need a blood transfusion, I need to know who in my
Oh,
family matches.
oh, there you go. Good thinking.
Hey Nancy, our treasured home, good
You
to
see,
see you.
Rebecca, maybe she needs the wood chipper. Yeah, we're thinking about just buying one too. Hey,
Let me tell you
Nancy.
something about that chainsaw, that little teeny chainsaw.
Uh huh. Love it.
We use that thing for like 2 days, all day long working, cutting
Mm-hmm.
branches off as it went in the chipper.
Uh huh.
And that thing rocked, held a charge
Yes.
forever and ever.
Yes. We went to go plug it in to charge it. And my husband's like, it's still showing a full charge on this. I was like,
I
oh,
know.
wow. That's amazing.
I felt like my video didn't even do it justice. I should have did it. I did mention it when I did it,
Mm-hmm.
but I was like, wow, that really made a difference.
Yeah. It really is worth its weight in gold. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. Just having that is so handy.
We've used it a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nancy said, yes, keep the conversation going about your blood type.
Don't
LOL.
know what else to say.
Don't know what else. Okay, so I will say with this class that I'm doing through my herb school, one of the lessons we had to talk about how to eat for our blood type. And I only know my own. I didn't remember anybody else's, but the type O people are tend to be from like warmer climates and things. So, like maybe Western Europe or something. I don't know.
Hi,
Hey,
Barb.
Barb. She loves her mini chainsaw too. Yes, those things are amazing. Um, so you kind of eat for that blood type, and certain blood types might need more meat, and other blood types might need less meat for their bodies to function optimally. You were talking
Oh.
about it last night, Nancy? Okay, I'm going to have to go check out your live from last night. Now you got me curious.
I just Googled it.
You did? What does it say?
Type A. You ready for this?
Yes.
Plant-based diet.
Oh, no. Okay, do type O, Lisa. What's type O say?
Um, Original human blood type associated with high protein, low carb, similar to diets of hunter-gatherers.
Mm-hmm.
Mine
Yeah.
is associated with a plant-based diet. And
Plant-based
there's
diet, Lisa. You're screwed.
not happening. Not happening. I firmly believe meat is good for you.
I do too. And do
It's
you
what
know?
meat you're eating, it's lean
Yes.
protein, it's
Yes.
how it's raised, it's what's put into it, what you get out of it,
Mm-hmm.
nutrient dense.
Yeah. In my herbal studies, they say that a lack of meat in your diet can lead to deficiency. And people that are vegetarian are some of the most difficult people to treat
Yes.
that's from an herbal perspective. In the school that I go to, they talk about Ayurveda, traditional Chinese medicine, and Western herbalism. So that's kind of where that's coming from.
Yeah, because the
Hey,
the
Uncle Al.
reality, hey Uncle Al, the reality of it is the meat in the supermarket is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Yes.
not knocking it. I know people have to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying our American diet and American products over the years, the past 20 years,
Mm-hmm.
have evolved to get us so addicted to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why we're all not healthy.
Yeah. Dr. Berg, I don't know if anybody watches him on YouTube, but I follow him. And he just did a video on grass fed beef that you buy at the grocery store. You
Yep.
get ripped off because it could, and the sticker that says US food or whatever is completely not true. There's like laws and things. It could be coming from outside of the country. So then outside of the country, and they're saying, like, it just, the whole thing is a farce unless you're getting it from a trusted supplier, then it's not really grass-fed beef. And the last 3 to 6 months, they're feeding it this grain that is actually leftovers after they've taken this certain kind of corn to make ethanol with. And the final grain is put in there. And if you eat out and you're eating a fast food hamburger, I listened to this thing like 2 or 3 times.
Ugh.
Because I kept finding myself doing something. I'd be like, crap, I got to listen to it all over again. But anyways, so I remembered certain points really well. If you eat out at a fast food restaurant, your cheeseburger that you're eating could be coming from up to 100 different cows.
Yeah.
And do you know they make those things? They would put 8 cows in the size of a parking space their last 3 to 6 months of their life. They're probably
it could be old dairy cow for all you know.
Probably like put me out of my misery.
I am not a fan of Ryan and I both do not like grass-fed beef.
Mm-hmm.
We prefer pasture-raised beef, but then grain finished.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more marbling. Really like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, right?
Yeah.
It's Cali silage. They feed it to dairy cows to get
Yeah,
them.
it's called silage. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, thought I'd share that since we were on the topic. I'm thinking about that anytime we go to eat out. I'm like, oh my God, where's this meat coming from?
You know, it's funny. There's times we go to lunch at the Custer Deli a lot, and we really like it because she makes the food. She makes her own roast beef, pastrami, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she makes her salads, and she makes all that. And she makes it with love, right?
Yeah.
Really passionate about having good food. But it's like you go out to these restaurants and you say, oh, well, I think I'm going to go out and eat and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, and it's garbage. It tastes so much better at home.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It wasn't like that before. Now I'm like, oh, I don't even want to go.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't know, like when you said our foods evolved to make you addicted to food, a lot of people don't realize these companies have literally hired scientists to figure out how to make their food addictive. What ingredients can they put in there? Can they tweak the recipes to incorporate something that's going to make people addicted to that food? In other words, make you want to like not just eat one chip. You know, they did a whole commercial on that. Remember?
Yep.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you know, and a lot of our beef is being imported from China.
Mm-hmm. Yikes.
Yes, I do. I do, Heather.
Oh,
What's
yeah,
pan
that's
pan?
questionable, isn't it?
What's pan, Nancy?
Pan. Isn't there a squash called a pan squash? Or
Patty pan.
Patty pan. Mm-hmm.
I'm dying to know what pan is.
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell you, the raw milk products that I've been making, the mozzarella, the butter.
I wish that I was your neighbor and could have.
Oh my word!
Is it amazing?
A mix of vegetables and noodles, but you can leave the noodles out. Oh, okay.
Oh, like Thai food.
I love Thai food.
I do too.
The only thing you're going to think I'm weird. The only thing I don't like is I don't like the peanut sauce.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I do like the peanut sauce.
So like pad Thai is not something I would make. I love Chinese hot and sour soup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Asian food's the bomb.
Oh, yeah.
And healthy.
I love sushi.
As long as it doesn't have MSG in it, we're good.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Zucchini, broccoli, mushrooms, onions, sprouts, carrots. Yum!
My dad used to have problems with
yeah, I'm not a tofu fan either.
I don't like tofu either. And I have to tell you the place, the Chinese restaurant that we go to, that we actually have about 45 minutes away,
Mhm.
is really good. They cut it small, and I'm like, okay. And I don't have to eat it, but I just,
Yeah.
oh, bye, Uncle Al. Have a good day.
Bye, Uncle Al. Take care of yourself.
I love Pad See
Hmm.
which is really good.
What is that?
You can get chicken, and it's almost like a sweet and sour Thai version.
Uh huh. Hmm. I might have to try that.
I love fried wontons.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting hungry.
I know, me too. I haven't had breakfast yet. It's 11:30 and I haven't eaten yet.
No, me neither. I'm usually a breakfast skipper.
Ryan made oh, I love dim sum too. Ryan made hot wings. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
you ever seen the brand Smart Wings.
Uh-uh.
So we butcher our chickens whole.
Mm-hmm.
We don't part them.
Yeah.
So sometimes when we have a hankering for hot wings, we go
Uh-huh.
to Spruce Market in town, which is like an organic store. They have
Oh, nice.
good stuff.
Yeah.
So Smart Chicken, we used to be able to buy in the store, and we used to buy a whole chicken before we raised meat.
Mm-hmm.
And then, um, but you could buy just wings.
Uh-huh.
So, and they're parted, like the drumstick and the other part.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
he bought a bunch of them, and he made hot wings for lunch yesterday with
Oh,
homemade
yum.
blue cheese dressing.
Oh, yum.
So we're having that left over today.
Oh, I love cashew chicken too, Nancy.
I love cashews.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cashew chicken. Love that stuff.
Bagel and cream cheese. Yum. Making me hungry.
I know. I
I'm
am
gonna
getting
suck on
hungry.
my coffee with lilac syrup.
I haven't even figured out what I'm having for dinner tonight either.
I know, right?
I need to get with the program.
When I was younger, I worked downtown Portland in a healthcare insurance company. Friend took for Asian food, and they used to still hang their meats in the window. Yeah, Chinatown in New York City used to be like that. Oh, they'd have the duck. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and pho. Oh, pho is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Ramen, and I'm not talking the dollar packet of ramen.
There is a new kind of ramen out though that is actually really good. My husband got it, and it's comes in like black bags. Gosh, what is it called? I can't think of the name of it, but he was telling me yesterday. We we had like chicken with like a bunch of veggie stuff on there yesterday, but he was saying that he was craving ramen. I'm like, maybe tomorrow. So I don't
Well,
know. We might be doing ramen, but we add in like cut up vegetables and an egg in there when it's cooking. There's like stuff that we do to our ramen.
what I've noticed a lot of people do is they buy the cheap bags of ramen, right?
Mm-hmm.
They take the seasoning packet out and toss it
Uh huh.
because it's cheap enough, and they just use the noodles.
Yep. Yep.
And then they make a whole ramen bowl out of their own stuff. So I think
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do that. I know tonight we're having leftover beef stew,
Mm-hmm.
which 85-degree day is not ideal, but hey, it's food. No
Mm-hmm.
cooking.
Actually, and it's good for you.
Yeah.
I've actually
Ryan
been
found this
craving beef stew here lately.
Ryan found this amazing beef stew recipe. Oh,
Oh yeah.
love it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, chives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, chives in there. It's good.
And Annette from the Cow Emporium, Annette and Glenn sent me some things from their Asian market in
Mm-hmm.
Canada that I couldn't find here. Remember, I couldn't find things here,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and they sent me things I couldn't
Oh,
find.
that was nice.
Yes, so I have like hoisin sauce and
Oh,
all that now.
awesome. Very cool.
Buy the Asian noodles. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They do taste like
Yeah.
cardboard. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is for me getting them.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can get noodles in town. It depends.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to take a picture of the ones that we've gotten that are so good.
Yeah.
They're really, really good.
Hey, while Heather's here, I just want to show her. Heather, look at this. Starting another pair. Because
That
she
is so
wasn't here when we
awesome.
started, so I wanted to show her.
Yeah.
Um, so let's talk what push you may need with your goals.
Yeah. And who's finding themselves pushing themselves? Sometimes I mean, to me, you don't always have to want to. You just have to do it.
Yes.
Because sometimes your want to ebbs
It's
and
broken.
flows, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when you're having a day that you're like the dresses, right?
Mm-hmm.
You ever have a day where you're like, I'm tired, I don't want to do this. What do you
Yeah.
do?
Yeah. What do I just do it. I tell myself what works for me with pushing myself is I tell myself I just need to do this part. I break it down to the very next step. The very next step. And as minimal as it might be, like here in my brain, I'm already telling you with the skirt, the next step is I have to take, whoops. So here I've got like two different things. You can hear it. One
Yep.
of these is the front and one of these is the back. And
Yep.
my next step is I have to take the two back pieces and I have to sew them together to the little circle because there's going to be a zipper in this dress. And it's going to be the first time I've ever done a zipper too. Like I've
Dun,
never
dun,
done
dun,
a zipper before.
dun.
But that's my next step. Well, I've got to carry over all of the markings and that kind of stuff to this. But then I'm going to do that and I'm going to go ahead and sew the backs on both of them because remember I'm doing two dresses at once. So I'm going to
Right.
do the backs. And then who knows? At that point I might be like, "All right, let me go ahead and get all of the sides sewn together."
I
Cuz then
like
after
that.
that is the part where you got to gather it.
Yep.
So that's my next step and I'm doing that tonight. I'm doing at least the backs, at least just sewing them up to that spot.
Keep doing it, Rebecca. Sometimes it takes a long time to see the results. PT is real slow.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Try to stay positive. I know it's really, really hard because you got a long recovery, but
Mm-hmm.
try to stay positive. It's frustrating, it's annoying, it's downright drives you crazy, but
Yeah,
don't give up because you're worth it.
that's right. Good advice, Lisa. And watch something funny.
Yeah. Oh,
My
cool,
little,
Heather.
I feel like watching a comedy or even a comedian act is so therapeutic
Yes.
because sometimes you just need to laugh. And maybe there's nothing going on that's funny to laugh about, right?
Right, right.
Mm-hmm. But
Sometimes my family was always weird. We always laughed at what was going on. It could be the most
we
horrid
did
thing in
too.
the world, and we'd be
We
laughing.
do too. Yeah, we do
You
too.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're welcome, Rebecca. You deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give up on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, you ever see those stories where somebody goes through something horrific?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to leave it at that because we're not comparing people's horrific.
Yeah. Yep.
But you see people who go through something horrific and it's
Mm-hmm.
life altering
Mm-hmm.
and they come back. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, I sit there sometimes and I'm like, how do they do that? But you know what it is? It's attitude.
It's attitude. Yeah, because those
Because
people are the yes, I can. I'm gonna do this.
I'd sit there and wallow like, I'm screwed.
Yeah. Yeah. I okay, so this is again, I'm just gonna share an example of something that I went through. And I'm in no way comparing to anybody else, but
Right?
I suffered with back pain for
Oh,
about a year ish. And it was the kind that I could walk around during the day, but I wasn't able to lay down. I would
oh,
get stuck. And it was so painful to get up. And even my husband said, lay on the floor. And I got stuck down there, you guys. I got stuck. Oh, it was so painful and so awful. And it was at nighttime. So I couldn't take pain medicine. It didn't help.
yeah.
And it made me dizzy because what I had to do was I'd only sleep for about an hour or two. Now remember, we're talking for like about a year, right? And I would get up and then I'd walk around because that would help it. I would stretch. I'd put on pain oil because I had lower back pain and sciatica pain. So the pain oil would help the sciatica pain, but it would just take the bite off. And I would sit up cross-legged because I could sit cross-legged comfortably,
Mhm.
and I'd read my Kindle at night because it wasn't, I didn't have to turn the light on or anything. My husband would be sleeping because I couldn't sleep in my bed. I slept on my knees. I'd put pillows on the floor and I'd sleep on my knees and I'd drape myself over my bed. Remember, we're talking for about a year. This was horrible. And I had the worst attitude to start with. I'd get so angry and I was bitter. And then finally, I realized, or I felt like, whatever you want to call it, for me, it was, I realized I was fighting, like, to me, it was like a demon or something. Like, and I was like, the devil himself was trying to ruin my world as far as I was. I was like, you can have my night. You are not taking my day. And I immediately empowered myself to still keep my joy, be happy, be my cheerful self, be myself throughout the day. And I was getting used to only getting like 4 hours of sleep a night. And then at nighttime, I was like, oh, here we go. It was like another life. That was like step one for me. And then I started saying, and of course, every night I was praying, God, please help this pain. God, please. And then
Yeah.
I started reading the Bible because I'm like, you know what? You're going to keep me up at night? I'm reading the Bible. How do you like that? like as if I was really battling the devil himself.
Good
Okay.
for you.
So I started reading the Bible and then I quit just praying that I would be healed from this. And I started thanking God for healing me and accepting that I was in the process of being healed. Even if I couldn't feel it, it was happening. Even, God works and we don't always feel it, but it could still be happening. And that was really like the place that I grew to. And it took this growth to get there. And then okay, now I quit the job that was making me sick in the first place because I felt like where I was working was really just so much stress, and changed jobs and started just walking more. I had to keep doing more of what made me feel better. And I wouldn't eat sugar because I'm like, no, I can't eat that. It's going to hurt my back, which sounds so crazy, but I knew sugar was an inflammatory, but it was a journey. It was a journey for me. And remember, it was almost a year. I couldn't lay
Oh,
down in bed. I went from being able to sleep on my knees, and I didn't have a recliner, did not own one of those to sleep in. And for a portion of this time, we were part of the time in a fifth wheel and part of the time in my house, right?
oh God.
And and then I got to where I could sleep with my knees up underneath of me and like in fetal position, but on my knees up under. Thank goodness I have good knees. Like, thank you, Jesus, for giving me good knees. That's all I got to say. If I had bad knees, it would have been awful. And I'd sleep with my arms up like this.
Oh,
And because but I could only sleep for maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours at a time. I just couldn't
jeez.
sleep any longer than that. And I went to my interview for my dream job, which I now have. I went to my interview and I was like, oh my God, I told my husband, like, how are they going to know? Are they going to know that I'm so broken? Like, I felt so broken and I could walk, but I couldn't walk for very long. And I was like, oh my goodness, what if they want me to tour stuff?
They want me to tour this huge facility.
Yeah. And I'm not going to share openly the big mistake that I made during my interview. Lisa, I'll tell you after because I have more dignity than to share it with you guys. I did make a huge mistake. A couple of them actually during my interview, and I still got hired. I said, well, God, I remember pulling in the parking lot. I'm like, well, God, looks like I'm going to need your help here because I felt awful. I was tired, but I did get more sleep the night before than ever before. And
Yep.
I don't know, maybe it was 5 hours or so.
Wow.
But I went in there and then went into the interview, and then I was who you guys see here. This is me every day. This is me at work. This is me at home. I'm exactly the same person. I don't have a professional me. This is it. This is what you
Mhm.
this is what you get. And it just
Yep.
is what it is. But anyway, I forgot to take my you take your CV. We call it a CV in my industry, curriculum vitae. And I had examples of like journal articles that because I've written co-written journal articles that
Right.
are like medical magazines, like,
Right.
you know, And then presentations, I had examples. I forgot them. I went to go reach down for them. I'm like, they're not even here. Well, God, looks like it's me and you, and this one looks like it's all you. I don't know what to say. But yeah. So, anyways, there's my story. But it was a journey of it kind of feeling like empowering myself in what ways I could. And in the main way that you can is in your attitude.
Right.
Yeah.
Attitude is huge.
Sorry, I lingered.
No, that was a wonderful story. I'm glad that you've gotten past that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 I'm still very careful of, what I do to my back. But I was lifting logs. I don't baby it. I just make sure that I don't overdo it too much, that I don't sit too much. That seems to be the thing that will damage me the most.
Yeah.
Bending
Yeah.
over, cutting fabric, loving the tables. Don't have to do
Yeah,
it.
for sure. For sure. You got to be smart about it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely got to be smart about it.
Yeah. Tammy is what?
Because of your journal articles.
Oh.
I guess becoming a human lightning rod is my superpower. See that? It's all about how you frame it.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Sorry,
And
I gotta laugh.
accept that you're healing, Rebecca.
You gotta laugh too.
You do. You gotta laugh. It's good
Gotta
for you.
laugh.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And accept that you're healing, even if it doesn't feel like you are. Because I can remember that. Again, just not comparing or anything, because I know
No.
it's completely different beast that you're fighting. But
Yes.
yeah.
We all have the beasts that we fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what is everybody pushing themselves to do this week?
Or how are you pushing yourself?
Yeah, and how?
Like what pushes you? How do you get yourself to do stuff when you don't want to do it?
Yeah.
You could charge a battery, maybe. Heather, I love it. Always thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you that I pushed myself yesterday. Why? Because it was only going to be 72 or 73 yesterday, and today it's going to be like 85.
Ay, ay, ay. That's a good jump.
And we'll be back down in the 70s the next day, but
Mm-hmm.
Lisa wilts
Yeah.
in the
Mm-hmm.
sun.
Mm-hmm.
So we did weeding yesterday and all that kind of stuff, and I'm going to do a garden tour today quick.
Mm-hmm.
Got everybody handled this morning, meaning critters and all that. With water, I'll go out midday and after this and hose the pigs down. And other than that, I'm staying indoors. Why? Because it's too hot for me.
Yeah.
So, wait, Heather said, getting projects done and recording more. Good job.
Good
And
job.
then Gwen said, this just drawers. That's my thing right now, but I have tomatoes that I need to process today.
Oh, my goodness.
And the tomatoes wait because
Mm-hmm.
you got enough going on.
Yeah.
But I get it. Sometimes that's the push you need.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna work on my socks today.
Mm-hmm. Today I'm going to start sewing the skirt.
Nice.
400 magnesium at night to help with muscles, aches, and sleep. A liquid reishi mushroom drops 1 to 2 milliliters in the morning, and a multi B vitamin in the morning. Good job. Gabby's just hearing all kinds of good things about B vitamins too. I do a reishi coffee. That's amazing.
Cool. I'm also going to go out and water later, but the
Mhm.
gardens will need a good soaking.
Mm-hmm.
Suburban Hillbilly says puppy goes to the vet for boosters, and I start pain management doc. Good.
Awesome.
Awesome sauce.
Mm-hmm. Magnesium is so important too. I was just hearing about that also. Most people are deficient, and it can cause high blood pressure.
Deficiency?
Magnesium deficiency.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Glycinate's supposed to be the really good one.
Yep, I have
And
that here.
threonate. I have the glycinate also. Yeah. I was listening to somebody talk about, because they treat blood pressure like it is the problem when it's a symptom of the problem. There's something causing the blood pressure. So we take medication to treat the symptom instead of fixing the problem. And they were talking about how magnesium deficiency is a contributor to the real problem.
I'm glad it's helped, Nancy, and that's good. I'm
Mhm.
glad. Cinnamon romaine lettuce. Interesting.
That is
Dovey. I love her.
it.
Heather's going to do some garden work and secret garden work.
She's
Freeze
making a
dryers.
secret garden.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Freeze dryer stuff and thinking.
Yeah. I have to study too. I've been studying hours and hours every night, hours and hours on this herbal course that I'm in. And I'm kind of
Wow.
spending a lot of time on the lesson that I'm in right now, which is on diagnosis. And
Ooh.
I'm trying to spend a lot of time there because it's traditional Chinese medicine. So it's, yin yang, internal, external, excess deficiency, or repletion and vacuity, if you want to call it that, and all of that kind of stuff. And then as it relates to your organs and your chi and all of that stuff. Devotion
Gwen,
to prayer right
Heather
when you
says
wake up.
she's,
That's awesome, Nancy.
Gwen said, I'm sorry. Gwen, Heather said, I'm having a hard time telling which chicks are hens or roos. I said, wait until they crow. Usually you can tell by the feathers if you wait a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing for you, Nancy. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Helping others is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like doing for others that need help is so important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a big thing that we try to do as much as possible.
You guys are good about that. You're wonderful with helping your neighbors.
Yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
try to help everyone we can because
Mm-hmm.
that's why we're here.
Yeah.
It's important,
Mm-hmm. That's true.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got a few more minutes. When I hatch baby chicks, I don't worry about it until later when I can tell what they are. That's me too. I don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I segregate the root because by the I leave them all together, and then by the time they the hens are ready to move in with the flock
Mm-hmm.
or move outside, whatever. Usually I wait till they're about the same size. Then you can tell which ones are the roosters, and I just put them in there. And
Mm-hmm.
then they get butchered for dog food.
Mm-hmm.
Separate from the big birds, so there isn't a problem with roos. Good.
Nancy said, I want my tomato plant to grow fast. Oh my gosh. I stunted my plant's growth, leaving them in those little pots for so long. I was expecting them to get bigger and they were super easy to pop out. But what I realized was they were more shallow than what I had, thought. It was my first time using these little pots and I stunted their growth so bad. And I think I killed some of my tomatoes. I'm probably going to be buying tomatoes at this point.
It's
My peppers
okay.
made it, which is hilarious because they got drowned, as far as I can tell. Another thing, there was a lot of water in there that I didn't realize was up underneath of there. And it's amazing that the peppers are the ones that thrive the most. I would have thought the tomatoes would have, but they just, I guess, were more sensitive. Hey,
Yeah.
Ginger.
Hey, Ginger. Yeah, exactly. And don't worry about it. I mean, I basically threw my plants outside and
Hmm.
started to hard them off and then said Godspeed.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and
Mine that
I
I did that
totally
to have done the best.
I scalded my peppers and some of my peppers in the greenhouse, and I mean that's
Hmm.
whatever.
Said, I've been listening while I clean out some winter clothes. I didn't want to do it, but I needed to do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes the need to is a good push.
So the need
You're
is a good
pushing
push. I
yourself.
like that.
Hmm.
I like that.
When things happen is when you get uncomfortable too, sometimes. Like with big decisions. When I was talking earlier about I quit my job, I got really uncomfortable there. I'd been there 12 years. I would have stayed there. And it was so funny because I felt like if I interviewed for the place that I'm working now, and I won't say where that is, but I felt like if I interviewed, I was going to get hired and I just wasn't ready to do it yet.
Yeah.
And so I got really uncomfortable. That's when I did something. So, like when I was taking care of my plants, they were almost dead and I had to do it.
Yep.
When you
Yep.
really need to do something, it's a good
And
motivator.
here's another thing about push. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like an all at once kind of person.
I see that.
And so yesterday the sink was full of dishes, both sinks were full of dishes, and the
Hmm.
dishwasher had been washed, so the stuff had to be put away.
Uh-huh.
Ryan made the stew, and I
Hmm.
was like, "Look, I'm not doing dishes till the morning. I'm done."
Hmm. Hmm. Yep.
Well, he put away the dishwasher.
Hmm.
And he's like, "What are you doing?" Because I started getting in there and then I started doing all this other stuff. And he's like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "You didn't want to do it. You don't have to do it." And
Hmm.
I said, "But I said, don't worry about it." So that gave me the push.
Yeah, that
I
little
got
bit
my
of
rhubarb barbecue sauce that was washed, dried, and labeled, and that I canned on Friday was still
oh,
on the counter.
nice. Hmm.
I finally got that put away. I put away
Hmm.
the little greenhouse that I had my seedlings on, cleaned off
Hmm.
the shelves I had my
Yeah.
seedlings on and put my eggs over there, which always makes it easier.
Hmm.
But it's like one thing begets another,
Yeah.
begets another.
Yep. Hmm. Entire
So
contractor bag full of clothes I don't need.
get it going.
Decluttering time, right?
Yep. All
Hmm.
right, guys. Well, we are at time. We're actually over time, so we're going to get going. But thanks for being here today.
Thank you, everybody. And remember what you said you were going to do. Make sure you do that.
Kick yourself in the pants. And if you can't do it, get somebody to kick yourself in the pants.
Yeah. Or get them to do a little bitty thing that makes the other stuff easier.
That's right. Have a great day, everybody. We will see you next week on Mountain Grandma's channel. Take care, everybody. Thanks for
Bye,
being here.
everyone.